Democracy? Democracy. Democracy is not what these people need. Hell, it's not even what they want. America's been trying to install democracies in nations for a century, and it hasn't worked one time.
So I'm here at Sledgehammer, having a lot of fun with your precious baby. First of all, where did the whole idea come from? You have the exoskeletons, that whole thing, and the story as well. Where did it come from?
Well, like a lot of stuff in the game, the idea for the exoskeleton came from research, and you know, going deep into, you know, trying to find out what things in the future are going to be like. What is the military doing? And that happened to come way long time ago, 3 years ago, and part of it was seeing it in being used in medical field, and then starting to see it in some things with the military where people could start to carry 400, 500 pounds. We saw it as something from the future. Yeah.
So let me hear, the exoskeleton is a huge thing when you play it. How has that been designing the game with that? Because it must change, everything.
It really is. We call it the heart and soul of the exoskeleton of the advanced soldier, right? I mean, it allows all kinds of new ways to engage in Call of Duty. Now, what you see most and what you played today was the boost jump, right? And verticality, but it brings strength and speed, and it brings new tactics. It brings grapple and cloak. I mean, it's provided us the catalyst for all these ways to play across campaign and co-op and multiplayer, and really what we're calling the most radical change to the character movement set in almost a decade of Call of Duty.
How is it that you want to keep the fans happy and make sure they still feel it's Call of Duty, but then innovate as well? How is that doing that balance?
Yeah, you know, it feels like something that we keep going back and forth with through the whole game, but it hasn't been that difficult in most of the time. It's been, the fans have been asking, the company's been asking, we've been asking for, you know, a lot of innovation. So that's what we've been doing. And keeping a Call of Duty is about sort of the speed and the twitch and the look and the feel of it. And so, you know, there's a few pillars for Call of Duty that we kept in mind, but at the same time, we're innovating.
Were you ever worried about adding too much speed or going too far with this?
Yeah, I think, as Glenn mentioned, you know, we wanted to innovate. We heard loud and clear that the fans wanted a new way to play Call of Duty, but you can't break what is great about Call of Duty, right? You can't alienate fans who have a certain core expectation, right? And so that was always the fine line. That was always the balance. How do you innovate in the franchise and really thrill people with new ways? And we found that through the Exo and Boost. But that gun-on-gun action, that 60 frames a second, you know, low latency control experience that makes Call of Duty multiplayer best in class, we had to preserve. And so, you know, we did push. We pushed in a number of ways, and there were a few times we pushed too far and we pulled back, but I think we're pretty proud of the balance. This is a new era of Call of Duty, and hopefully you saw that. I mean, it's fun, it's fast, it's tactical, it's fluid, it's all those things that makes Call of Duty great, but you've never played Call of Duty this way before.